What's going on, y'all? You know where I'm at, and you know what I'm about to do. Just play up on the cow. I want to holler at y'all real quick, and I want to talk about something that I heard this morning, and I want to talk about the importance of holding your friends accountable and not rewarding bad behavior. Women, you might have a homegirl in your life that's your friend. Y'all might be on the job, school, whatever. However it happened, y'all done got close, and now you know about her life. She's gave you all the intricate details, right? The ins and outs, this, that, and the third. She's cool to you, but you've noticed in your dealings with her that she's a very foul person. She's a very vindictive person. She's just not a good person when it comes to other men in her life. Just in general, just a fucked up person, right? Doing bad stuff, just being a gutter roach. If that's your friend, it's your responsibility to tell her about herself. Do not enable that. Do not enable that bad behavior. I always say that with kids, like with my child, I do not reward bad behavior, right? We're not doing that at all. I have to be the enforcer. I have to be the person that's gonna say, okay, if you do this, this is gonna happen. You have to be the same way with women in your life. If you know they're out here being scandalous, you know they're out here being wrong, you know they're out here fucking over good men, you need to say something about that. And you need to say something about that all the time. Every time she brings it up, you know you've had conversations with women and you know they've been in the complete dead wrong, but what do? You can either make the choice to say, hey sis, you fucking up a good thing, you need to stop doing that, or you just go along to get along. To keep the friendship, to save it. Stop doing that. That's not the right thing to do, right? We always hear about how women don't want dudes that's out here hurt or whatnot. You always asking who hurt you. Well, you know who hurt you? You want to know who hurt them? Women like that don't get checked by their friends. That's who hurt them. Because you run around doing that type of shit thinking that that's cool, but that cycle continues, and now she's hurting the next man, she's hurting the next man, she's hurting the next man, and what does he do in return? He turns around and hurts that woman. Bruh, it goes the same way with us. You got a partner in your life, a partner, I say quotes, and you know he's not doing everything he needs to do to be his best self. He's a bum, he's leeching. He ain't trying to get no paper. He ain't trying to advance in his life. He just happy having crumbs. You need to make him feel bad about that. Yes, he's your friend, but you need to make him feel bad about the shit that he's not doing in his life that he knows that he can improve on. Hey, bro, what you doing? This, that, and the third. How your paper looking? How your credit looking? What we gonna do about this? What we gonna do about that job? This, that, and the third. If you just go along to get along and be cool with him, you're reinforcing that bad behavior. He's not gonna want to improve because he's gonna say, okay, I got partners in my life that's okay with that. And if he's anything of a man, he's not going to be like that anyway in the first place. If he sees that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, he's going to automatically want to do the same thing, or he should. And if he's not, you need to tell him, hey man, this is what we need to do to get better. And if that man or that woman, friend that you have, if you told them about themselves and they still continue to do the bad things, you need to stop fucking with them. You need to cut them off. I don't care how long y'all knew each other. I don't care y'all came from the sandbox. Y'all mamas and daddies know each other. Y'all done spend the night at each other's house. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You got to learn when to cut people off. You got to learn when to let people go. We always hear about people saying, okay, well, it's time to cut people off when they ain't doing you right. Yeah, we talk about that in a relationship standpoint, but let's talk about that with friends that we know are not improving. When we have friends that are doing bad behavior, that are practicing bad habits, and they're just poison to other people. They might not be poison to you. They might be cool with you, but you see how they interact with everybody else. And you're like, damn, hold on. The way we interact, it ain't the same with how you interact with people in the street. They don't deserve your friendship. They don't deserve your kinship. They don't deserve anything from you. Those people are only going to tear you down. And if you associate with them, that says a lot about the people you associate with. It does. We always talk about, oh, you are who your friends are. I don't necessarily rock with that. I don't believe that to that extent. But if you have friends that are doing that type of stuff and they're not trying to get better, and you're just encouraging it by not saying anything, because by you not saying anything, you're saying that's okay for them to participate in those type of behaviors that are destructive. That's gutter roach behavior. I always talk about. You got friends that are gutter roaches, and they're not trying to make themselves no longer become gutter roaches. Then guess what? They're gonna do that same gutter roach shit to you. Then here you come, making these statuses, making these quotes, making these subs online about how you had a friend that did you wrong. Look, you knew it from the beginning. You saw all the signs. You just thought it wasn't gonna happen to you because you didn't check it. So what you gonna do, man? That's one thing I can't stand. I can't think of anybody in my life personally that's a gutter roach that I'm still cool with or whatnot. Because guess what? Even if we came from the gutter, even if they came from the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, if I associate with you, you're gonna want to get better by default. And if anybody it's vice versa. Like if I associate with somebody, I'm gonna want to get better by default. That's the type of friends you need to have in your life. Just not friends that you can just kick it with. Y'all can just hang out, shoot the shit, and do nothing. No, we need to be advancing. We need to try to find out how we're gonna win as a group. That's what we need to do as men. Now, when it comes to women, like I said, you got women that's out here that's being messy as fuck. You got women out here that's fat as fuck, not taking care of themselves. Yep, I said it. Eggs. And you sit up here encouraging in that shit. Not telling them that, hey sis, you probably need to lay off the fucking Chick-fil-A. And you just let them eat themselves into oblivion. Guess what? You're responsible for that too. Yes, they're responsible for what they're putting themselves. They're responsible for what they're putting in their mouths and whatnot. But by you not saying nothing about that, by you going along to get along, them trying to squeeze that big ass into a fucking extra large dress when they know they wear a 3X, and you saying, yes, bitch, go out and kill these hoes, she gonna kill herself from high cholesterol. That's what she gonna do. And you're allowing it to happen because you're not keeping it real with her. You letting her do it. You have to say something about that. You have to say something about bad behavior. But I don't care how tough it is. I don't care how hard it is. You have to say something about that if that's your friend. Bro, it's the same way. You have to say something about that. Your homeboy, he want him a dime, but what? He making minimum wage, and you think you about to get you a dime? Be real with him. No, you can't do that. You don't qualify for that. You have to up your game up if you want that. It's the only way it's gonna happen, unless you're gonna be a super simp. And you know how I feel about super simps. God hates simps. God has never rewarded a simp. Not for doing simp shit. Nope. So I don't advise you hang around somebody that's on simp mind behavior, but that's a whole nother conversation. But the gist of the conversation I'm having with y'all is, do not reward bad behavior with your children. Don't reward it with your friends. Don't reward it with anybody, because by you doing that, you're saying it's okay, and it's going to continue this cycle of gutter roaches that we have now. If you want the gutter roaches to die down, because gutter roaches ain't going nowhere, they're going to always be there. But if you want the number to be lower than what it is now, you have to start checking your friends. Women, you have to start checking your friends. You know they're doing whole shit, let them know. Hey, that's whole behavior. You can't be around me doing this whole shit. Brush, you got homeboys that's doing bitch shit, you got to let them know. This is bitch behavior. You cannot be around me doing bitch shit, period. You cannot do it. It will not be tolerated. And if they continue to do it, then you rob them of your friendship. You rob them of your kinship. That's what you do. And then they could just go hang around other gutter roaches and do that shit and perpetuate that same cycle. But it ain't gonna be with you. It ain't gonna be with me. So it is what it is, man. About to go in here, get some work done. I advise y'all do the same. Get your ass up.